Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. On the last Let's Play, we had, was it a session? We talked to our therapist and they were talking about the protests and we had inner monologues and all that stuff. And then we pre-gamed Hyena. But now, time to smooch some boys.
Experience heart-to-heart fragment. Isaac 1.
What do I engine this game runs in? Because it's kind of weird. I enter the living room and notice Isaac sipping on light beer. The TV's on, but he's not really watching it. I can tell he's distracted. There's something he needed to talk about. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Dude, you gotta stop pooping on the carpet. That's weird. He notices my entrance and smiles at me. Some anxiety immediately dissipates. Shifting a bit more to one side of the couch, he gives me ample space to sit beside him. No, I want no space to sit beside you so I can snuggle you. That's exactly what I do. And turns to face me as much as he can while sitting down.
Ugh. You know, this stuff tastes awful. But I wouldn't be drinking it if Taylor didn't tease me.
For being fat or something? Or being sober?
It's not true, but he keeps talking about my weight.
Damn it, Taylor. He takes another sip of the beer.
We did buy tons of junk food for this weekend, though. If I take it easy during the week, I can definitely binge on Friday.
Yeah, I hear that alcohol has a lot of calories in it.
Might as well take action before something becomes a problem, right?
Odd thing to say while drinking a beer at 2 p.m.
True. Sometimes we just replace one problem with another. But don't worry, I care too much about work to do something like that. I only drink on days off, and I always make sure to pace myself.
Unlike me, who doesn't pace themselves. But I don't drink on workdays. Hyena.
Except this weekend, though. Moderation goes out the window.
Hyena.
Haven't been to a nightclub in ages. I'm actually kind of nervous.
Here's the thing. Get plastered. Dance like nobody's watching. And smooch boys. Mostly me. You're cool. You're gonna be fine. Time of our lives. It's kind of interesting how he's kept with this thing right here between games.
You think I'm cool, huh?
I think you're sexy.
Must be those rose-colored lenses everyone talks about. I bet everything seems new and exciting since you moved here.
He takes one final chug, then crushes the can in his hands. Ew, you're a can drinker? We're not even boyfriends anymore. We're not even friends. God. There's a bit of awkward silence after he does this, but I'm not sure why. Ask him why he wanted to meet me here. Meet me here? In the living room? And ask him if I did something wrong.
Oh, no. Not at all. I guess I should have elaborated when I said I wanted to talk. Sorry if you were worrying. I'll handle it better in the future.
Yeah, you should, because people have anxiety, my dude.
I actually wanted to apologize to you, Delta. Your first memory of this house will always be me yelling at Dante. He just struck a chord with me. Has a habit of doing that almost every day.
But not like a good chord, like somebody playing the, guitar? But like a bad chord.
He's always paranoid that Argus will come knocking. But the mods I made to my home are harmless. They'd never care.
I mean, this is a game about a mega corporation. I have to assume we're gonna have to fight them at some point.
It's more risky for him to remove my modifications. He could easily screw up, and it's all downhill from there.
Fair enough.
Do anything wrong when you're messing around, and they'll notice. It's like a tightrope. One wrong move, and you're done for. My brain is wired to mess with this stuff. His is not.
So I wonder what's gonna put us over the brink. Probably having the Zero live with us? I'm not sure if he's gonna live with us. I don't know his actual name. Sorry for being like, oh, the Zero, but still. I tell him it's fine. We all have things that we're passionate about.
Passionate. Yeah, that's the word. I got a little mad, but my intentions weren't bad, you know? I've worked with this tech for my entire life. I know my way around it. That'd be like me going into his room and messing with his writing. You know, making edits here and there so that I feel better about it. I just want mutual respect for my hobby and career.
So is he like mainlining working for Argus, or is he just doing this as a, hey, this is some deal on the side, like me working in storage? It makes sense. Isaac definitely seems to know what he's doing. From my understanding, the amount of Argus tech in his home is minimal. But at the same time, it's not illegal. Bend the rules without breaking them, he says.
I guess it's selfish to a degree, though. Because I own this house, I should make sure that everyone feels safe. This situation sucks. I just want to leave all that Argus stuff back at work.
So, question. How do you own this house anyways? Does Argus really pay that well, or what?
It's purely psychological, but to me, Argus is my boss.
I mean, it kind of is. Because it is.
Nobody wants to go back to a house where their boss is everywhere.
Yeah.
Keeping that stuff to a minimum really helps my home feel like it should. A safe place.
Yeah, unlike me, that's like, what, for a month, maybe 2 out of the year, I live at work? He shrugs.
At least to me.
Yeah.
But I really should consider other people's point of view. I'll just end up like Argus if I expect everyone else to live how I want. Speaking of which, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I mean, it's the real reason I asked you to meet me here today.
Do you want to smooch? The apology wasn't the real reason? Interesting.
All this talk about how I want things to be, let's change that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Delta. And I wish I had more beer for this. More courage.
Smooch time? He blushes and rubs the back of his head. I'm pretty sure I know where he's going with this. At least all signs support my current hypothesis. He's gay as hell.
I just feel like we should get this out of the way as soon as possible. The feeling of tension in the air is starting to damage my calm. But let's face it, you chose to move here. To live with me.
So here's a thing that sorry that I just keep on going out of stuff, but it's like, okay, so Clace's first game, no dating. Second game, dating, but poly. Third game, dating, but poly. I lost my train of thought, but craps. Oh, well, it do be like that sometimes.
Did you mean anything by that, Delta?
By what? Which in particular?
This was a lot easier in my head. Really, I'm just
Moving
curious
with
if you were interested in me.
Yeah, I want your, blue
I hope this
Willy.
isn't catching you by surprise. We've been friends online for a while, after all. And moving in here is a pretty big gesture.
He inches a bit close to me, and seems much more calm. I guess now that it's out in the open, his anxiety is disappearing. It's never easy to bring up the kind of thing he just brought up.
I'm curious if the gesture was supposed to mean anything. Either way, I'm fine. I just couldn't stop myself from wondering. But if we do go out, expect me to be incredibly awkward.
Shut up and shove your tongue down my throat, you hot dude. This does seem a bit sudden, but it's also natural, I guess. There's always been chemistry between us, and now that we live together, it crossed my mind a few times but it's clearly racing through his.
No matter what, though. Friends until the end.
Let's give it time. It's too soon to tell. Now, I wonder if this locks us out. I'm not sure, because as far as I know, when Winds of Change, you have to do all these things. Maybe. Could try being more than friends. Ooh woo.
Glad to hear it, Delta.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked. Oh, you can see that too, I guess.
Took a real shot in the dark, but my aim was on point. You're willing to try, and that actually means a lot to me.
Hyena. He places a hand on the top of my leg. Oh, so your bedroom? Or also your bedroom, but I, live in it.
The world could use more people like you.
What, horny?
Willing to embrace new experiences? New people, even? Everyone else seems to be a creature of routine these days.
Heck.
Argus has made sure of that one.
To be fair for Argus, they haven't outlawed homosexuality. Unless we're actually women. Just saying. I mean, they haven't... Did they say what our character's gender is? But, yeah, I'd have... Since we're not a seer or seeress or an ambiguous character that doesn't really date anyone, then, yeah.
But sometimes a routine is more like a prison. So, let's embrace our freedom. Let's drink beer at 2 p.m.
Okay, as long as it's not, constantly, because that's how you develop an addiction. He smirks and stands up from the couch. I say, why not accept a share? Is offered to share beer. The air is clear, and it seems like we can carry on like normal.
All right, but let's not do this every day.
No, but I like alcoholism.
Next time, we'll go to the coffee shop and hang out. It can be our first date, or whatever.
Okay, seriously? A coffee shop date is probably one of my favorite dates. I don't date often or anything like that, but just being like, hey, gonna get coffee, gonna chat like a motherfucker. That's great. Leaves the room to retire, retrieve some more beer. Retired beer. I feel like our bond has become stronger because of what just happened, by me accepting his horny. Not only did I learn a lot about him, but we made our situation more clear. Or clearer? This is another milestone in my life. Achievement unlocked. Every interaction I have made while I'm here will settle me even more. It doesn't feel like home yet, but every second does more to change that. Achievement unlocked. Beer at 2 p.m.
Experience heart to...
I was just looking at that thing. Wasn't the last one, the counselor? I do like how sometimes face rig is very accurate with my thing where I'm like concentrating. Then relax that. I entered Dante's room, bringing him back his lost wallet. He was too busy to pick it up at the coffee shop, and I was running out of errands. You could text him and stuff, I don't know. Isaac did warn me about him, though, always having said in the clouds.
Hey, Delta. Thanks for following through. There's no way I had time to do that myself.
What? Get your wallet?
According to my agent, I have 12 months left to finish this book.
You don't have enough time to pick up your wallet?
But I signed the contract, so this is my own doing.
So recently I've read Clarkson's Farm, but I've been reading Dune as well because, hey, when you're on a ship and you can't bring any electronics into the room, you get, not really prehistoric, but pre-80s or something like that? And it's like, Dune. Apparently that book was in 1960s. Good, book. Well, at least the first one. The second one, which was apparently unpopular, I'm also finding a bit unpopular. Not for the reasons that's like, here's this great character that's having this downfall, but for the reasons of the first book had a lot of action. The second book has a lot of speculation and talk, and just like, if I had to make an episode, a let's play of this book, I could not think of the titles from, like, this person talks to this person. Nothing really happens.
One crunch session after another. You get used to it, though. Thankfully, the press is really interested in my next project.
Cool. I knew he was a writer, but I didn't know he was this successful. Until this point, he never mentioned much about his career. It's probably now that we're alone. Everyone else in his life probably knows already.
Well, now that you're here, maybe you want to hang out for a bit?
Oh god, no.
I could use a little break from that empty page. It's taunting me. It usually does, but today it's pretty bad.
Funny enough, also while I was working on this last project, I wrote a whole bunch because it's like, well, sometimes I don't want to read, I want to write. Mostly about commissions, but it's mostly writing horny and smut.
Probably the stress of working under a deadline. A year is a long time, but it doesn't feel like it. If I aim for 1,000 words a day, I should be alright.
The problem is that when you're, writing smut at work, you kind of have to cross your legs sometimes, just saying.
But right now, I stand at 0.
Like the person that we kind of met, or maybe haven't met just yet?
I have the story mapped out, but that opening scene is the worst. Gotta grab the reader, but also keep the momentum going.
God, a good thing I don't have to worry about that shit. A moment later, he gets out of his chair and moves to his bed. Sitting at the edge, he points to the now empty chair.
Go ahead, take a seat. Don't usually let people in my bed right after meeting them.
Damn, you're not a slut like me?
But I like your vibes, Delta. Tell me something about yourself, if you're down, that is.
Well, I like to live, laugh, and love. He lays back and looks up at the ceiling. That's such a vague question. I don't know where to start. I tell him that it wants a new start. Things are getting stale.
Huh. Interesting. Things were getting stale here, too. Guess this arrangement benefits all of us, then. And it was nice of your boyfriend to rent you a room.
So question, he's supposed to be a famous writer, right? And the person that owns the house works in retail. How does he own the house? Unless housing is cheaper in the future. Though this could not be, I was going to say America, but it's like, well, well, actually, the other place was Terra. Was in the first game, and then there was Winds of Change, which was after the first game. So, after Earth by who knows how long. And this game could be after those games? Not sure. He's clearly teasing me with that implication. I don't bite.
He doesn't let just anybody move in here. There's a reason it's been the two of us for years. I guess I'm just saying you mean something to him.
Aww.
Keep that in mind, alright? A friendly piece of advice.
Now, is he saying don't fuck around, or is he saying, hey, he wants to smooch you, so don't not smooch him?
When you write romance, you start to pick up on these things. I guess it's not really any of my business, though, just advice, like I said. But none of us would be surprised if you two ended up together.
Smooching boys. I nod and thank him for the advice.
Just don't mess with those mods he makes. I got off super easy when you arrived, trust me. It's so bad, I just tell myself to take his insults as compliments. The people we hate are usually the ones we love the most. He wouldn't crack down on us if he didn't want us to grow.
Now, I don't agree with that, but the people you razz on, at least personally, quite a bit, are people you love the most, because they can take it, and if you go a bit too far, then just like, sorry, my dude. But as far as I know, don't go too far. He sure likes talking about Isaac, huh? I changed the subject, and shifted a bit more towards Dante. Curiosity takes over my mind, so I ask him about his next book.
I wish I could talk about it, but I can't.
Just like my stuff.
I'm under a strict NDA and a bunch of pesky red tape. In fact, I think I've already said way more than I should.
What, that you're making a book in the next year? Ask him to tell me more about himself then.
I don't know about that one, Delta. I'm a writer, so I know a lame story when I see one.
Or that, I guess, he writes romances?
Basically, grew up in a library. All I did was read books day after day. Picked up the skills to write my own, and here we are. A few book deals later, and I live under crushing stress.
Living the dream.
Almost makes me wish that my initial success was a fluke. We all have foresight, except for where we need it the most.
Yeah.
I think that's all you'll get out of me right now, though. Maybe we should grab a drink sometime, chat a bit more?
I think I maybe told this on the previous Let's Plays of this Gamer Side Plays, that I feel like I might have a little bit of foresight, but it's never useful. I hate it. Though, luckily as I've gotten older, it's gotten less invasive.
I mean, if you're down for that.
Hell yeah, I'm down for
I'd
whatever you're
suggest
saying.
the club, but that night is going to be a drunken blur. If we're talking about next week, however, my schedule is wide open.
Do I want to be a hoe, or do I want to be good friends? I do want to play Winds of Change at some point and be an absolute hoe, but, you know. Ask me on a date?
No way, I've seen that story before. Taking your best friend's crush? Ugh, totally scummy.
But you're gonna do that, aren't you?
Unless you'd be open to a group arrangement. Kidding. Kinda. Not many stories go that route. Could be interesting, though.
So, I don't know much about Clace, the person I made this game. Are they actually polyamorous? Because that's 2 games. Though I guess they could have been like, well, are we going to mainline this one person throughout this whole story? Or do we just keep it absolutely open? Because that might be easier, you know? He sits upright and tilts his head to the side. I can tell that's a sign. He wants me to get out of his chair. However, before I can make it out of the room, he calls my name.
Hey, Delta?
Yee.
I gotta say, you remind me of somebody. This character from my first book. They're an outsider, like you.
He can tell the future or not tell the future. He's kind of a blank slate. Or she, because Delta could be either way. Also, is into a lot of boy kissing. I tilt my head, confused at why he'd bring this up.
Well, let's just say I have a deep connection with them.
Oh.
When you told me about your past, they immediately popped into my head. It probably sounds weird to hear, but that made it easier for me to talk.
It makes sense to me, even if I can't describe why.
This character traveled to a new city. They ended up falling in love with somebody they shouldn't. You know, like those old
You mean
tragedies,
Hugh?
but with modern flair.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. If this character's like me, I wonder what happens to them. They die. I asked Dante to tell me more, intrigued at it's relating to his fiction.
Oh, they die.
It do be like that sometimes.
Hopefully things work out better for you, though, yeah?
Yeah. Oh. With a laugh, he turns the chair around and starts typing away. Yeah, that's a clip. I guess that was my cue to leave. For real this time. What an odd note to end on. Instead of focusing on what he said, I focus on what he didn't say. Our talk inspired him, and even if he didn't want to admit it, I saved myself out. The empty page is now almost anything but. Hopefully, this new story has a bit of a happier ending. And I can't smooch the other boys? Okay, so Isaac, Dante, Rabbit Guy, Taylor, Clace, I have to assume, and Zero. I was thinking this could be the therapist, but it's not.
Experience supplemental.
Okay, so these, I thought these were the notes, but I guess that was the notes because journal. These are just extra stuff. Cool. Boy smooching?
Delta has officially arrived.
Hey, boys.
Sweet! And not a moment too soon. Everything going good so far?
No.
Yeah, definitely good. And listen up. All that stuff Isaac yapped about, it's totally true.
Wait, didn't we meet him later at a cafe? I mean, I haven't been keeping track of this, but still.
Hey! He means that in a good way, Delta. Don't worry, it's not like you're a stranger. That gives you an instant edge in my books.
Yeah, reputation was definitely preceded. We heard all kinds of things. Some of them were even good. Either way, it's nice to see somebody live up to the hype. Thanks for coming, and allow me to say, welcome aboard.
Yeah, I'll echo that one. Welcome aboard. Remember, now that you're in the group chat, it's official.
Echo.
Whoever you were before, it just doesn't matter anymore.
I was super gay before.
You're better now.
Yeah.
Guys, remember when I told you to give Delta a normal greeting?
This is normal.
Nope.
Typical. Well, now that the red carpet is rolled out, we still on for this weekend, Taylor?
Yeah, excited to see what all the fuss is about. You're being way too secretive. No way we're just going to the club.
It's interesting that he's introducing 2 new friends to the group.
Don't worry, it'll all make sense. I know discretion isn't exactly your strong suit.
And subtlety isn't yours, but I'll yield. I already told my viewers I wasn't streaming anyway. Not even in IRL. Whatever you've got planned, I'll take it to the grave.
Good.
I have a theory.
Yeah?
I think Isaac finally cracked. Needs help hiding a body.
I mean, that isn't too hard.
Not true.
And what proof do you have?
You're still alive.
It do be like that.
Okay, I'm gonna put a stop to that one real quick. I don't want this group chat putting me up on a witness stand one day. No scandals, got it?
I mean, we are going to be going out drinking, so who knows?
Right. No scandals.
Ugh, you're so boring.
Here's something that might change your mind then. There's a chance we could end up on the news.
Scandals.
Pressure!
The news? And you thought we were being extra. Anything else you want to drop on us? Don't worry, I'll be nice.
Not sure. Most of this is up in the air.
Well, you promised to be fun, so I guess that's all I need. Even if it feels like you're making everything up as you go along.
You know me, I'd never do that. And trust me, it'll be amazing. Just don't drink too much. We don't want a repeat of, the incident.
Story time?
Not my proudest moment. Keep it down around Delta, alright?
Then I guess you should be on your best behavior.
Best behavior.
Blackmail? What did I just say about scandals?
Hey, it's only a scandal if he turns it into one.
Also, you meant new scandals, not old scandals.
That's not how that works. And look, Delta hasn't even said anything. I knew we'd scare them away in a matter of seconds.
Send popcorn emoji. Wait. Do it. Be weird.
Perfect response. I knew you were going to be our comic relief, Delta. Do a good job and you'll go from guest star to main cast easy.
Oh. I just kind of feel like he was just pulling out his phone, was like, gonna send popcorn emoji to everybody, and everybody was just gonna... I wonder if this is like over phones, now that I think about it.
And there goes Dante, treating everything like a work of fiction. This is real life, dude. It doesn't always work out like you expect.
Not everybody sends popcorn emojis.
But when it does, it's always worth the wait. Besides, it's not like a little silver lining ever hurt anybody.
Unless it's a Silver Linings Playbook. Never actually watched the movie, don't care.
Except for the people it hurt, you mean?
Oh.
Anyway, there's lots to do, so we should get back to it. The sooner we help Delta settle in, the sooner we can relax.
Ooh.
Ooh, crack open a cold one for me. I need to start streaming. Hopefully I can retain some of the followers I got from that charity gig.
You're gonna be fine. It's not like you were doing bad to begin with, but yeah, time to put down our phones. Labor awaits.
Let me know how it goes. I'll come and meet Delta soon enough.
Sounds great. See ya.
Okay, so we're over phones. Cool. And with us at the 30-minute mark, I think that might be a good time to call it. Though that's definitely going to be a thing. Can we do all this in 30 minutes and then maybe that before going to that? Who knows? It's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So anyways, please comment, guys. Like, comment, something you like, dislike, tips, tricks. Otherwise, if you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please subscribe and check out the videos that have grown. Please remember to spend your ammo step control the populazione. And yeah. Usually I say if you want to play this game, you go to some place, but you know, this is on Steam. And until next time, another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. Game where I kiss boys. Thanks and see ya.